Hello everyone, I'm Michaela Kathleen. Happy spring! Today is the first day of spring. Yay! The weather is getting better, the birds are out, it's a good time. In honor of the first day of spring, today I'm doing the Spring Has Sprung book tag. Also, little side note before starting the tag, if anyone's wondering about this new shelf, there used to just be a little basket in that shelf like this one. But my boyfriend rearranged his desk recently and didn't have any room for his books, and so I am temporarily storing them on this shelf, which I'm not mad about at all. I'm really liking the red and black aesthetic going on this shelf. But we are going to build some new shelves on the wall above his desk, so I will show those off whenever that happens, which might be a while, we'll see. But yeah, in the meantime, enjoy this, I think, very aesthetically pleasing shelf. Although not very spring-ish. But anyway, into the tag. The first prompt is "The flowers are back. Name a retelling." And for this one, I have gone with a bit of a pun. Tiger Lily by Jodi Lynn Anderson. This is a Peter Pan retelling, and the title itself is a flower, and also an excellent character. This is my favorite Peter Pan retelling. Prompt number 2 is Cadbury Eggs. Pick a book that is a sweet treat. And for this one, I went with Anna and the French Kiss. Not only is the cover a sweet treat, but the contents as well. This is just a cute little YA romance, but that I feel has a little more substance to it than you would maybe expect. Prompt number 3 is Allergies. Name a book that makes you cry. And of course, for this one, I had to go with The Fault in Our Stars by John Green. This is one of my all-time favorite books and definitely a big crier. Prompt number 4 is Spring Cleaning. Pick a book to unhaul, which I'm pretty sure this actually appeared in my one and only unhaul video like a year ago, but I have not actually gotten rid of most of the books in that video. They're all just still sitting in my closet. Not all of them, but a lot of them. And one of those was 10 Things I Can See From Here by Carrie Mack, which was kind of a big disappointment. The cover was so pretty, and it's about a character who's very shy, has some social anxiety, so I really thought I was gonna like this book a lot, and I just did not. I think I mostly just found myself kind of bored by it, and I really didn't end up connecting with the main character the way I thought I would. Prompt number 5 is Spring Break. Pick a road trip book. And for this one, I went with An Abundance of Catherines by John Green. They're not actually on the road for a lot of this book. They kind of reach their destination pretty quick, but I still think of it as a road trip book, and it's a whole lot of fun and one of the funniest books I've ever read. And it's a road trip to heal a broken heart, so that's also fun. Question number 6 is Mating Season. Pick a book with some smutty delights, and I don't have like a whole lot of smutty books, so I picked maybe a kind of strange one to go with, but I went with Game of Thrones. There's, yeah, lots of smut in these books. Question number 7 is Rainbows. Pick a book featuring LGBTQIA+ representation. And for this one, I went with The Sun Is Also a Star by Jandy Nelson, which is a book about a pair of twins, a boy and a girl, and the boy twin is sort of discovering his sexuality in this book, and he has a really adorable relationship in this book. Prompt number 8 is Spring Awakenings, the musical, which I have not heard of or seen, but apparently it is a musical that features a lot of dysfunctional characters, and so for this prompt, you are supposed to pick a book featuring a lot of dysfunctional characters. And for this one, I went with Six of Crows by Leigh Bardugo. As anyone who has read this knows, all of these poor characters are just broken in their own unique ways, and they all have fairly tragic backstories, but the characters are also all so lovable. I love Kaz, of course, who is perhaps the most dysfunctional of them all, but my personal favorite is Inej. And even though all these characters are so broken and dysfunctional, they become each other's found family, which is my favorite trope of all time. And the final prompt is In Like a Lion, Out Like a Lamb. Choose a series that got worse as it went along. And for this one, I went with Matched by Ali Condi. I actually ended up unhauling the second and the third book in this series because they just got kind of boring for me, and I just didn't really care for where the story went. To be fair, even the first one is just kind of a middle of the road dystopian for me. Like, it's okay, but nothing super great, so it wasn't super surprising that the series dropped off from there. And that was the Spring Has Sprung book tag. Let me know down below if you're reading any spring-themed books to celebrate the good weather. And now for the quote for this video. This is one that I actually got from the book Inkheart by Cornelia Funk. Each chapter has a little quote at the beginning, and this was the quote at the beginning of one of the chapters. The quote itself is by Isaac Bashevis Singer, and it's from Naphtali the Storyteller and his horse Zeus. Zeus? Not sure how to pronounce it. But it goes, "What do these children do without storybooks?" Naphtali asked. And Reb Zebulun replied, "They make do. Storybooks aren't bread. You can live without them." "I couldn't live without them," Naphtali said. Thanks for watching. Remember, words matter.